Airports are meant to be the most controlled places on Earth, but sometimes cameras capture things no one can explain. Today, you're about to see one of the most unbelievable moments ever caught inside an airport. If you haven't heard about the legend of the Denver Airport, Colorado, then you have a dark surprise coming. The place sits in the middle of nowhere, and that's just the start. Outside stands that gigantic blue Mustang with glowing red eyes. People call it Blucifer, and yeah, just looking at it felt wrong. Folks believe it was cursed after the tragic accident with its creator. Then there are the underground tunnels. Officials said it was a broken baggage system, but locals didn't buy that. They swore it was a cover for secret cult activity. Add in those disturbing murals and these boards a passenger recorded advertising lizard people. And yeah, the airport's vibe is not normal at all.
I'll give you $100 if you come sit here in my place and let me take your flight out of here.
This talking gargoyle at the airport caught a lot of attention, and honestly, it didn't feel like a joke. It looked way too realistic when it spoke, like something alive was inside it. In one clip, it even said it had been sitting there for 6,000 years.
Flight's been stuck in airplane mode for about 6,000 years.
People brushed it off as humor, but conspiracy heads linked it to the biblical timeline of fallen angels. They believed the airport was hiding things right in plain sight, even claiming there were Masonic plaques tucked all around the building. It didn't help the airport's case when a passenger recorded something super creepy at gate A66. While he waited, he heard this eerie musical chime with a dark undertone. Then a voice came through the speakers, but it sounded distorted and strange, almost alien. You couldn't really make out what it said, like something was trying to talk through the system. People said it felt like an interdimensional being was using the airport as a mic. Since the place was already rumored to be haunted, this just poured fuel on the fire. So the question everyone asked afterward was simple. Could it actually be true? Another bizarre clip showed a weird art installation right in the center of the airport.
Our airport with a new art installation in the center of the airport.
It was a world map in the middle, surrounded by sand on all sides. Flat earthers went crazy over it. They believed it was showing the real design of Earth. Flat, with a firmament around it. But what really got people talking were these train tracks that looked like they led in and out of the Earth itself.
The arrow, we come down here. Perhaps a way to get in and out of the world?
It felt symbolic, like truth hidden in plain sight. Many believe the creators never expected anyone to take it seriously, but some people definitely did. Like and subscribe, because the next time something strange slips through an airport, you'll want to be here to see it. Vanishing woman. This clip from an Indian airport made people pause the video over and over. A woman stood at the end of a queue. Then she was gone, just vanished. The two guys in front of her turned around in shock. But if you looked closely before she disappeared, there was something else. A translucent woman in white hovered a short distance away from the line. She vanished too. Both figures just poofed out of existence. People argued non-stop in the comments. Was it paranormal? Or just a clever hoax? Either way, that line didn't feel normal anymore. Office apparition. Airport security was left shaken when a camera in one of the offices picked up something impossible. It was the middle of the night, and the room was empty, or so they thought. On the footage, someone was sitting on a chair with their back to the camera. Then the figure slowly turned. What they saw next messed everyone up. It looked like a woman with a corpse-like face and glowing eyes staring straight into the lens. She wore a white robe, but it was dirty, like she'd just crawled out of a grave. So yeah, if you've got late-night flights, maybe stay extra alert out there. Blink out. A CCTV camera in Boston caught what looked like a normal plane taking off from the runway. Everything seemed routine, until, right after liftoff, the plane just wasn't there anymore. No trace, no shadow, nothing. People have all kinds of theories about it. Some say it could have been a technical glitch or a camera error, while others are convinced it's proof of teleportation or even time travel. Whatever the truth is, the footage feels oddly real, and that's what makes it so hard to shake off. Needle line. This footage from Turkey showed a normal airport queue until you noticed one young woman. An older lady stood behind her. Suddenly, the older woman pricked her shoulder with a needle. The girl turned around, shocked, but the lady acted like nothing happened. At first, it didn't look like much, but when the clip went online, people said the needle prick was linked to voodoo rituals. They claimed needles could be used for disturbing magic. After that, the video felt way darker. So yeah, when you're waiting in line, stay alert. Sometimes your whole life could be on the line. Sky alert.
Unidentified flying object was spotted in India.
The Imphal International Airport in India went on high alert after a UFO was spotted nearby. The object stayed in the sky for over an hour and a half, forcing flights to shut down for more than 3 hours.
The mysterious object was seen for at least an hour and a half, according to reports. Commercial flight operations to be shut down for over 3 hours.
People filmed it. A white glowing orb hovering near the terminal and the control tower. Some said it looked like a drone. Others were convinced it wasn't human tech at all. The mystery raised big questions. What was that thing? And who sent it? Some believed it was a spy device. Others said it belonged to extraterrestrials. Either way, the sky above that airport didn't feel normal that day.
The object has triggered a lot of questions, naturally so.
Public possession. Something seriously strange happened in an airport when a woman suddenly started screaming and acting off. People asked what was wrong, but she didn't calm down. She just kept getting weirder. The way she moved, the way she sounded, it didn't feel normal anymore. Some passengers started saying she was possessed. And honestly, airports are already stressful enough. Now you're telling people might get taken over in the middle of Terminal B? Yeah, no thanks. Whatever was going on with her, it scared everyone nearby. Moral of the story? Stay sharp. Even in public places, things can get unsettling fast. Terminal voices. A woman at Cleveland Airport in Ohio had a night she never forgot in September 2025. As she walked through the empty halls, she started hearing low growls echoing through the building. Then came voices, deep, guttural, and not human at all. She recorded the sounds, and the clip blew up online. The creepy part? It wasn't a one-time thing. Others came forward with similar recordings from the same airport.
Am I that tired, or is the airport really making this weird noise?
People linked it to the wave of UFO sightings near airports, saying something was hiding underground or inside the terminal. Some called it paranormal. Others swore it was alien. Either way, nobody wanted to be alone there after dark. Mysterious entry. Something straight out of a sci-fi movie happened. A woman landed at JFK Airport carrying a passport from a country called Torenza, a place that doesn't exist, at least not in our timeline. The document was flawless, complete with biometric chip and stamps from other non-existent nations. Witnesses said she looked perfectly normal, but when told Torenza wasn't real, she insisted this wasn't her world. Then, she vanished without a trace. Authorities were baffled, and the internet went wild. Many believe she was an interdimensional traveler who boarded the wrong plane, into the wrong reality. And if that's not true, then what was she? Possession on flight. At first, a lot of people online brushed it off as just another weird moment on a flight, but passengers who were actually there said it felt like way more than that. On April 3rd, 2024, a Spirit Airlines plane turned into total chaos when a woman suddenly started screaming non-stop, scaring everyone around her.
I've been there before. I'm not scared. I've been there before.
Witnesses said her behavior didn't seem normal at all, like something was seriously off and getting worse by the second, claiming she might have been possessed. Police were called, and when she refused to calm down or leave the aircraft, authorities made the call to clear the entire plane so she could be removed safely. The clip spread fast, and many people said the fact that they evacuated everyone showed just how intense and disturbing the situation really was. Sudden vanish. These CCTV clips left people completely speechless. During a routine security check, one guy just disappeared. You could see everyone around him freeze in panic, trying to process what they'd just witnessed. What made it worse was that, in the waiting area, a few more people vanished at the exact same time. All of it happened within seconds. Onlookers didn't even know what they were supposed to do. I mean, what would you do if the person right in front of you suddenly stopped existing? Conspiracy theories exploded online, but there was never a clear answer. A lot of people believed it was an alien abduction caught in plain sight. Timeline shift.
Everyone at this airport is blind, and I'm really confused.
This woman said she fell asleep while waiting for her flight, but when she woke up, something felt off. There were no normal people around her anymore. Everyone walking past was blind and holding sticks. She claimed it felt like she'd woken up in another timeline. Some called it a glitch in the Matrix. Others were just creeped out. A few pointed out it happened at Denver Airport, which already had a weird reputation. And then there were those who said it was probably just a group of blind travelers moving together under an organization. Still, the way she described it didn't sound normal at all.
And I don't know if I'm imagining this, but
Runway glow. A woman at LAX caught something on camera that people swear we all secretly believe exists. As she zoomed in on the runway, there was this strange red glow coming from under it, visible through a gap between two concrete tiles. And the wild part? It looked eerily like the Upside Down from Stranger Things. Red, pulsing, and just wrong. People online started saying there had to be a secret base under the airport. Maybe even human experiments tied to some underground world. Others feared it could go berserk and put passengers in danger. Of course, skeptics said it was just strobe lights. Still, that glow didn't sit right with anyone. Hidden faces. Out of all airport stories, this one felt the strangest. A woman claimed she could see non-human beings. While waiting at an airport in Ireland, she saw a woman walk past and said she wasn't human at all.
I was in the Ireland airport on a layover, and there was a woman who walked by who was clearly from the insectoid faction.
She described her as insect-like, unusually tall, with bone structure totally off. She even said insectoids were just one faction, and there were many others. According to her, aliens had already infiltrated Earth and blended in as people. You just had to look closely at their features and weird behaviors to spot them. Seat shadow.
Class B?
This clip from a Malaysian Airlines plane seriously freaked people out. It showed female staff members filming inside an empty aircraft before boarding. As the camera moved down the aisle past all the empty seats, something shifted in one row. It looked like a black, shadowy figure sitting there. The creepy part? The person filming didn't even notice it. The shadow moved almost like it was trying to hide behind the back of the chair from the lens. You could actually see it reacting. People swore it wasn't a trick of the light. Some said it was paranormal. Others just felt pure bad energy watching it. Either way, the passengers would be in for a very scary ride, I guess. Aisle breakdown. This might be one of the most chaotic airport stories out there. On a Frontier Airlines flight, a woman suddenly started screaming at the top of her lungs. Passengers froze while staff tried to calm her down. She didn't stop. She climbed on seats, moved wildly, and looked totally out of control. People started whispering that something was seriously wrong. Then a woman in a gray beanie stood up and told the plane that the devil had manifested through her.
There's a real devil that wants to kill each and every one of y'all.
She said it wasn't the woman talking anymore. It was something else. That shook everyone. Some called it possession. Others said it was a mental breakdown taken way too far. But whatever it was, that flight turned into pure chaos. Runway portal. There'd always been rumors about UFOs and airports, but this clip took it to another level. Someone wandering through an airport filmed a glowing, round device sitting on concrete. It blinked with lights and had wires running through it. As the camera got closer, the lights sped up and the buzzing got louder. On the other side of it, there looked like a runway-style road. Then the air around it twisted, the camera glitched, and everything went black. The clip just ended. People argued if it was edited or something real. Some said it looked like an interdimensional portal. And if that's true, aliens might not just be visiting airports, they might be using them. Parking orb. A strange clip from Denver Airport in 2025 had everyone confused. At first, you couldn't tell what you were even looking at. The parking lot was filled with smoke and blinking light. Then, out of the haze, a glowing orb slowly moved across the lot. It looked controlled, intelligent. People had no explanation. Some said it was a natural phenomenon we didn't understand. Others claimed it was an alien probe sent to map the area. With all the weird rumors already tied to Denver Airport, this just made things worse. That place really couldn't catch a break. Black Pyramid.
Runway, this is Echo 2. Maintain 5 meter spacing. We're coming up on the threshold.
A ufologist desperate for proof that the government worked with aliens snuck into a shut-down airport and recorded something wild. What he captured wasn't a plane. It was a black, pyramid-shaped aircraft hovering near the runway. A bi-pyramid covered in lights along its sides.
Convoy, this is Echo 2. Maintain 5 meter spacing. Package is huge. Watch.
It was being escorted by a convoy of vehicles, slowly guided toward a hangar. The way it moved didn't look like any aircraft people recognized. Some said it had to be alien tech. Others believed it was a secret military prototype. Either way, one thing felt clear. This wasn't something the public was ever supposed to see.
Hangar 22 doors are in motion. Keep the package steady.
Cursed cargo. Sometimes customs officers really do save lives. One guy came through with a dried octopus in his bag. Harmless, right? Until they found a page covered in strange symbols and sketches. The officer said the markings didn't look normal at all. They looked ritualistic, sinister.
When you see these kind of things, you can't read it and don't know how to read this one.
He believed it was linked to black magic. The octopus and the drawings were immediately confiscated. People later said those symbols were used in harmful rituals. So even though it looked weird more than dangerous at first, it might have been meant to hurt someone. And thanks to that one officer, whatever was planned never happened.
Bad, not good.
Runway intrusion.
Moving it. extreme speeds. I don't even know how to describe how fast he was moving.
In 2024, a pilot flying 1,000 feet in the sky reported glowing orbs zipping dangerously close to his craft. The sighting was so alarming that Stewart International Airport in New York shut down its runways, citing mysterious drones. But these weren't behaving like ordinary drones. They moved too fast, too precise. People demanded federal authorities step in, yet no clear explanation was ever given. Now, almost a year later, the mystery remains unsolved, leaving many convinced those orbs weren't drones at all, but something far stranger.
1,000 feet high, zipping towards us and then back out towards the ocean. It's red in color.
Sky Swarm. The whole city panicked when a swarm of UFOs appeared over Tianjin Airport in China. The airport shut down after people started filming blinking lights hovering in the sky. There were too many of them, and nobody knew what they were. Some said they were human-made drones. Others argued that didn't make sense because the objects stayed in the same spot for way too long. What would humans even need from an airport for that long? A few people believed they were after the fuel airport's use. Nobody knew for sure. All they knew was something unknown had taken over the sky that night. Falling object. On a Boeing 787 Dreamliner over LA, passengers spotted something unbelievable outside their windows. At first, people thought it was just a chemtrail, but this thing looked different. It was huge and gliding forward, releasing thick black and white smoke that looked heavy against the clouds. It moved in a straight line, then suddenly tilted downward. Everyone watched in silence. Before anyone could understand what they were seeing, the object itself vanished. The smoke stayed behind like a trail marking where it had been. Some said it was a malfunctioning craft. Others were sure it wasn't human at all, and nobody forgot what they saw that day. Silent spell. This viral clip of an Indian actress at an airport freaked people out for one specific reason. A woman was seen shaking her hand, but just as she did and moved away, it looked like she tried to grab a few strands of the actress's hair. To most people, it seemed like nothing. But experts in black magic said hair is a personal item used in rituals. They claimed the woman might have been trying to harm the actress spiritually. Luckily, when the clip was slowed down, it showed she didn't actually get any hair. So, whatever she tried, it failed, and the actress walked away untouched. Shadow Isle. Back in 2018, a security guard in Mexico City heard strange noises coming from a disused plane. He went inside to check it out, shining his torch down the aisle. The sound came from the back, but when he looked, there was nothing there. As he walked away, the noise happened again. This time, he turned fast and caught something on camera. At the end of the plane, a dark shadow figure peeked around the corner. As he moved closer, it looked like the thing was hiding from him. That was it. He ran. The clip went viral with people arguing if it was a ghost or something way worse. Elevator flash. This late-night airport clip left people speechless. No flights were scheduled. The place was dead quiet. Then an elevator dinged open. For a second, it looked empty. Suddenly, there was a flash of light, and a man appeared and walked out. If you slow it down, he didn't step in. He materialized inside after the flash, just popped into existence. People couldn't explain it. Some said it proved supernatural beings were real. Others linked it to secret tunnels under airports. After seeing that clip, the idea of hidden underground worlds didn't feel that crazy anymore. On the tail. 2025 kicked off with a bang, or in this case, 3 glowing orbs tailing a passenger plane over Phoenix, Arizona. Spotted on January 1st, these mysterious lights maintained a steady distance behind the aircraft, but their brilliance made them impossible to miss.
Look at that, they're in a triangle shape now. What the is that?
Here's where things take a darker turn. After uploading the footage, the passenger went silent, leaving everyone speculating. Could these orbs have hijacked the plane? Or was their goal something entirely different? With the media and authorities clamping down on information, we're only left to wonder. Watching over. This is definitely one of those "did I just see that" moments. Imagine being on a plane and looking out the window to find not one, but dozens of UFOs gliding alongside. That's exactly what happened when a passenger caught this on camera over New York, sending the internet into overdrive. The UFOs didn't do anything aggressive. They didn't even try to get in the plane's way. They just hovered there, like they were observing it from a distance. Makes you wonder, right? Why would they be hanging out like that without doing anything? Could it be a simple check-in, like we're some sort of cosmic pit stop for them? Or maybe they're just curious about us, checking out how we're handling things on Earth. Lingering souls. A strange video from an almost empty airport in Phuket, Thailand went viral for its eerie scene. The camera zoomed in on an airplane gangway, but there was no plane attached. It hung in midair, connected to nothing, yet faint shadowy figures could be seen running across it, as if boarding or leaving a flight. Netizens were unsettled, and speculation spread quickly. Some believe they were the lost souls from the tragic 2007 Phuket plane crash. Others suggested something far stranger, an unexplained phenomenon with no clear link to the crash, only adding to the mystery of what the camera had captured. Mall giants.
Brian, come on. Everyone's looking, yo. Let's go.
You probably remember the Miami Mall incident. Sirens blaring, cops everywhere, and rumors flying about some tall, hazy figure lurking by the entrance. People thought it was just one extraterrestrial sighting gone wild, but now new footage has dropped, and things look way bigger. The clips, though blurry, show giant humanoid beings, dark as full shadows with glowing white eyes. And they weren't alone. Witnesses claim there were several of them, easily 8 to 10 feet tall, strolling around the mall like they owned every inch of it. Maybe they did, because the way they moved, it didn't look accidental at all. What do you make of this new evidence?
Yo, what is that?
Floating orbs. In November 2025, a passenger flying from Turkey to Syria experienced something bizarre mid-flight. Multiple glowing orange orbs hovered in the sky, just a little below the plane. They weren't moving like normal aircraft, just hanging there, silent, steady, unsettling. Some passengers said they looked like experimental weapons, while others insisted they were alien crafts, powered by something beyond human tech. Whether government experiment or extraterrestrial surveillance, one thing's for sure: those orbs weren't supposed to be there. Voodoo baggage.
No? Okay, can you open it?
Officer Andrea thought it was just another luggage check until she popped open a bag from Kuala Lumpur and froze. The passenger insisted she had nothing to declare, but the contents said otherwise. Old bones, a voodoo box, dried mushrooms, a taped-up container, and even a shoe with a secret compartment.
A bone or some sort of a material. I'm going to have to get someone to interpret because I'm really not sure what this is.
Turns out the bones were 5 to 6 years old and used in her voodoo practice. Creepy? Very. But since they were clean and safe, biosecurity let her keep them. Andrea did confiscate some undeclared items and gave a warning, but those unsettling vibes? Yeah, those stuck. She quietly hoped she wasn't being turned into a voodoo doll. Honestly, I'd be clutching my rosary too. Sky lockdown. Residents in Copenhagen were alarmed when something unexpected took over their skies, shutting down airports on September 23rd, 2025. If you didn't already know, it was a tiny UAP hovering above, halting the entire nation's flight operations. Many reported seeing a bright orb of light, steadier than any drone, with no visible source of propulsion. Airport staff recorded a blinking green light darting rapidly over the runway. Soon, clips of police vehicles swarming the streets went viral. Authorities claimed they had high-end recordings of the object, but refused to release them to the public. Sounds fishy, right? Locals thought so too, accusing the higher-ups of hiding alien contact. But why conceal it? What's really going on here? Sky probe. Are aliens coming up with new designs for their crafts? Because what else was this? A jet flying over Germany captured a pill-shaped object zipping past its wing at unreal speed. It looked smooth, metallic, and completely white. No wings, no engines, nothing. Just speed. Experts later said it might have been an anti-gravity craft, a design far beyond anything we've developed. People online speculated it was a reconnaissance probe, mapping Earth's surface before they finally arrive. Whatever it was, it didn't behave like any drone or missile. Maybe this wasn't just a sighting. Maybe it was a warning. Airborne panic. Imagine being on a long international flight, just minutes from landing, when the intercom crackles, saying the Brussels airport has shut down. That actually happened.
Airport of Brussels. So, Brussels closed. The airport is closed.
Passengers bound for Belgium suddenly learned all airports in the country were closed, and no one knew where they'd be landing.
We are not going right now to Belgium.
The woman on the speaker sounded oddly robotic. Calm but eerie as confusion spread through the cabin. People whispered theories. Some thought the plane had been hijacked. Others believed reptilians had taken control, pretending to be human. The strangest part? There's still no official report on what happened next. Whatever it was, it didn't feel like a normal flight at all.
Now, I'm not able to tell you if Brussels will open later on.
Phantom cry. A security guard stationed at a closed airport reported hearing the faint sound of a child crying one night. Following the sound, he saw what looked like a little kid standing near the terminal windows. But as he approached, both the sound and the child vanished, like they were never there. The guard searched the area, confused and terrified, but found nothing. When the story spread, people linked it to recent UFO sightings near airports. Some said it was an alien mimicking a child to lure him in, while others thought it was something paranormal. Flyby. This could have been the most convincing UFO encounter ever caught on camera. While flying over a mountain range, a passenger spotted something strange glinting in the distance. A classic flying saucer. He started filming as it darted toward the plane, zipped underneath, then vanished, only to reappear seconds later, before disappearing for good. When the footage hit the internet, theories exploded. Some called it a hoax, others a genuine encounter. Experts who analyzed the lighting said the reflections matched perfectly with the sun's position, making edits unlikely. So, was it an illusion? Or actual proof of extraterrestrial contact? You decide. Thank you very much for watching the video. Subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon to not miss any of the upcoming amazing videos. Thank you once again.